Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and gifted animals out there, welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where just a few moments ago, right before we were to go live, we did it. We actually hit 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and we are waiting for everything to pop up and populate here up on our dashboard so that we make sure that we are live on the channel. I'm seeing an ad right now, so that's maybe a good thing, maybe a not so good thing, but let us see here in just a moment. Hopefully we are going to be live. Hopefully. There we go. We are now live. Awesome. I can see it here up on YouTube. So do need to just, before we dive into what we're going to do for a little bit here, because we're not going to be live too late tonight, but I did want to do a little bit of a live stream to commemorate the happening here and whatnot. And yeah, it's a pretty humbling milestone to hit here. So as you can see back behind me and on the main screen, we do have some Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I've gone ahead and popped this in to go ahead and play. I want to make sure that we are live. Are we live or are we unlisted? We are unlisted. Haha, let's do this. Let's change that to public. Maybe that'll do it. All right, that should make all the difference in the world. So let's do this for a third time now, because the first time we weren't live, the second time we were unlisted, and now we're actually public. So welcome one, welcome all to our 20,000 subscriber celebration. I was hoping to get to it and get streaming before it actually happened here on the channel, but yeah, I wasn't quite quick enough. Curse my metal bones. I wasn't, or quit my whatever C3PO said. So it has been, and we see Game Dad is already here. Thank you, my friend, for all your support and your love over the past few years. I appreciate it. We're going to change from top to live chat to make sure I am not missing anything. So we're not going to do too terribly long tonight, but did want to commemorate things. Again, I was hoping that it would happen live on stream, but again, I was just a little bit behind the times. Once again, pretty par for the course. We are going to play some Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but I do want to take a second. I do have a Sprecher Craft Original Lemonade, sparkling lemonade here, and from my home state. Grew up right near where these are made and brewed and everything in Brown Deer, Wisconsin. And I want to take a second to salute you, the audience here on Rock Solid Production, because without you guys, I would just be some idiot talking to a camera. As it is, I'm just an idiot talking to a camera to an audience. But, you know, otherwise, you get what I'm saying. So this, I salute each and every one of you. That's good. So I also do want to thank some other people. You know, Chris from Game Dad is here. John Riggs has been my friend, my confidant, my advisor, my spirit animal for a couple years here on the channel. He is actually what inspired me to get into doing retro content. So I do have to thank John for being just an amazing friend to someone that he had never met, never known ahead of time. And here we are 5.5, 6 years later, and we talk pretty much every day. Chris from Game Dad, same basic thing. Our favorite Hobbit, Jay over at Square Pegs, his amazing son Victor, and his lovely wife Meredith, all great people. The immortal John Hancock. Goodness, I know I'm going to leave out people here. Ryan Schlemmer at CastleManiaGames.com. You know, there's a reason why his name is listed first up right down below me. This channel has been supported almost since day one from Ryan. And I absolutely love him like he's family. Actually, I love him better than family because I actually talk to him, unlike family. But I joke, I kid. But seriously, check him out. Make sure you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 anytime you're over at CastleManiaGames.com. Try to save yourself 10% on anything or most things over on the castle. Retrobit and Retro Fighters as well. Rich over at Retrobit, Robert over at Retro Fighters. Again, great partners with the channel. They have been longtime supporters here. Terrence over at Hypercan. Voltar has been a great mentor to me. Jason over at Game Tech US. Like I say, I know I'm going to forget someone, but the biggest one I cannot forget is my amazing wife, Ginger, and our 2 girls that have continued to support me through doing this. Understanding when it's time to work after work, going to nerd conventions. It's just one of those things that this channel would not exist without her. And I love her amazingly for that. I can never repay her for what she does to help support me, to support my dreams in this channel. And there's countless of others that are in here. Goodness. I know I'm going to forget people, and I don't mean to, but it's one of those that I am eternally grateful for all the support and the friendship that we have here with the channel. So, as such, we're going to kind of open up to an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. I do have over to my left, I do have Kirby and the Forgotten Lair. Finally getting it going here. If you have questions while we're playing, we're going to do probably about an hour or so. Excuse me, a little bit of a burp there. Show us the poster boards he's making you read right now. No, because here, we'll give you a look at the game room because, yeah, there ain't nothing down here to really look at of any significance. Oh my goodness, Late with Matthew is even here. And I do have to thank Matthew because he was the one that set up with me almost 4 years ago to the day when we spent way too much time talking to Tommy Tellerico about the Amico, which, well, we all know how that wound up. So I salute you, my friend. Dan Munchenumber, thank you, sir. Who is my favorite con buddy? That is an easy one. Oh, and before I get into that, I do have to thank Adrian over at Live Action Games. And he and I will give each other the hardest of hard times, whether we are at a convention, whether I'm in the store, we tell each other to F off all the time. And it's always one of those that, we, again, wouldn't be here without Adrian. So thanks to Adrian and Live Action Games. But my favorite con buddy, easily, my wife and my kids. Wasn't going to be you, man. Was not going to be you. Not going to be you. So let us dive in to Kirby and the Forgotten Land here. Now, I've played the demo for this. And actually, if I remember right, I want to change the control settings. Because I want type B, jump. Yep, that's what I want. Auto swallow. Chris, is that what you do? Make sure you do also check out Game Dad. Check out Life with Matthew. I'm sure we'll have some others that'll pop in here. And again, also check out CastleManiaGames.com. Check out Retrobit. Check out Retro Fighters, as they have all been just amazing supporters of the channel. Hey, that's the right thing. Well, I mean, you would be insulted to know that it was a Hobbit, wouldn't you, Chris? And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you go over. Dude, I just unwrapped this tonight. I literally opened it up. Where's the package? There's the blister wrap from the box, because I hadn't opened this yet. So, and I still haven't opened Metroid Prime yet or anything. There we go. And I just wanted something that was just a chill sort of stream. There we go. More Lies, my favorite Kirby. Oh, good deal, Mikey. Let's see. Does your Zelda NES cartridge work with your Famicom Gen 2? Famicom Gen 2? What do you mean? Well, I don't have an AV Famicom. I have a Sharp Famicom Twin. Thanks to the guys over at Famicom Dojo, another couple of guys, Vink and Sean, who taught me so much over the years about the Famicom, about the Sharp Twins. Great channel. Make sure you check them out as well. So I have an original. I have 3 original Famicoms. I have a Sharp Famicom Twin Turbo, and then I have a clone that I got through AliExpress within the last 6 months or so, but I don't have an AV Famicom. AV Famicom, yeah, I don't have one. And quite honestly, like, I would kind of like an AV Famicom, but at the same time, I play all my Famicom stuff now through my HDMI modded NES with a 60 to 72 pin adapter. I mean, even my Famicom Twin Turbo does not really get used a whole lot because of the fact that I actually have a Famicom disk system that I use via 60 to 72 pin adapter. When am I going to give you your Japanese Saturn? Never, because you didn't pay for it. Now, we can work out some kind of training. All my games work except for that one. Yeah, I don't have... Well, I will say, first and foremost, I don't have a 72 to 60 pin adapter, so, like, I can't use an NES cartridge on my Famicom. But I do have the 60 to 72 pin adapter so that my Famicom games work through my NES. Goodness, this audio is great. Let me know, too. My volume, 8-Bit Glitch, welcome. It's not green. Square Pegs, you missed it. I was just shouting you out. Chris, confirm it for me. I was saying nice things about Jay. Let me know, though, if my volume and if the game volumes need to be changed. I bought nothing for you. I didn't even buy a house for you. Nope. Ooh. Okay, that's awesome. I didn't mean to drop the ability, but I'm kind of glad I did now. Now, I have played through the demo. I've shown that in a couple of different videos. Yeah, the biggest Yoshi fan we have ever met, Jay over at Square Pegs. His favorite game of all time has to be Yoshi's Story, especially the first, 5 or 6 seconds of the intro screen. I always want to call those guys Jack Bros, even though I know they're not the Jack Bros. That was close. Load up, sir! Someone unsubscribed. Someone literally just unsubscribed, so that's hilarious. So, hey, maybe we will actually watch it hit 20,000 here live on screen after all. There it is. It's back. Well, hey, there you go. It happened live. Jay, you unsubscribed, didn't you? No worries, Mikey. See you in a couple weeks in Milwaukee, I hope. For 20K. Those guys look like jerks. You know, I should have played a Pokemon game, but I don't actually like Pokemon. Then Chris unsubscribed. It's one of you two. I don't trust either of you. Or maybe it was 8-Bit Glitch because the stream isn't green. Is that it? I've got green on my shirt. Is that not good enough? Oh, hold on one sec. I do need to grab something real quick. Is this what you're talking about, Chris? Is this what you're talking about? A Japanese Sega Saturn? Here, I want everyone to see this on camera. I licked it. It's mine. Not going to MGC. I'll probably be at Illinois Game Con. Awesome. Jay will actually also be there with us. So, all right. I know it's probably a license thing, but I kind of wish they could have gotten a VW Bug for this car, because to have Kirby be a slug bug would have been awesome. Enrique Adreno just subscribed, so maybe that was Mr. 20,000. We actually do have the alerts on, although I do not have Super Chat rewards going. Have they restocked the Mega EverDrives yet, and where's the best deals on those? Snooze Fest, I couldn't tell you. You must be fairly new to the channel. I am actually not a fan of EverDrives, I prefer to play actual cartridges on actual hardware. So if you want to play using an EverDrive, not going to hold that against you. I'm not a gatekeeper, just not something for me. The Kirby is just stretched out on top of a car. Yes, he has absorbed the car to gain its abilities. Yes. Just imagine what he could do with, having access to 7 seasons of Star Trek Voyager to do videos on, Matthew. What would you do if you had 7 seasons of Star Trek Voyager to do content on? Imagine what you could accomplish. I wish someone would kind of do a Voyager retrospective. Maybe Bird of Prey 5 can do that. You think of that, Matthew? He's lying. Big old pirate sells rhymes daily. No. Thank you, Captain MKG. I appreciate it. So again, this is my first playthrough in Kirby. Don't spoil it for me, but I have serious vibes that this is New Donk City or tied into Mario Odyssey somehow. That there. Licked it. It's mine. Voyager was okay. I hated what they wound up doing to the Borg. They made him the generic villain of the week, which really sucked. I wish they also would have played up the conflict between the Starfleet and the Maquis crew. And unlike Bird of Prey 5, I can go ahead and say Maquis properly. I can also say Mario. Let's see. Snooze Fest. I ain't no way paying $1,000 to play the original cart of Alien Soldier on the Mega Drive. It's actually available on the Mini, I think. Or did it just come out? Maybe I'm thinking of the Switch Online service. There's something that I just did testing on that I remember seeing that title, but that's on you. For me, I can't justify it. If I can't afford it, then I don't play it. Someone asked me something inappropriate. He already knows my dirty secrets. First few episodes of Season 2 were definitely the low point of the series to me. And unrelated, that's where I'm been stuck in my retrospective. Yeah, it's not good. How's the volume, by the way, everybody? It is on Switch Online. Thanks, John. And again, I don't know if you saw it earlier. Huge shout out to John. Thank you for all your help and assistance you have been over the years, my friend, in helping me become Great Value John Riggs. Salute you. I knew that I'd just seen it within the last couple of days, and I did the videos on and I still actually have it here because I don't clean my desk well. Still have the Genesis Retrobit controllers here, so I couldn't remember if it was on the Switch Online or if it was on one of the other games that I tested, like on the Mini or the Mini 2. And I guess Snooze Fest, that's kind of my no CRTs, Linda, is the fact that there's so many other ways to play above and beyond original hardware that you don't need to pirate it. And at least for me. Do I still support playing on clone consoles? I've seen your Hyperkin videos. Yes. So for me, and that's where I say it's what's right for me. That's just what I do. It's not what you have to do. For me, as long as you're playing and having fun, that's what matters. So, I mean, it's nice to play on original hardware. I prefer original hardware myself just because you don't have the compatibility issues. But, and no disrespect to Bob over at Retro RGB at all. Bob and I have talked. We get along just fine. We've always had pleasant discussions with each other. Bob a lot of times feels that a clone console ruins your gaming experience since it's not 100% authentic. And kind of like playing on CRTs ruins the experience because they're terrible. I don't think playing on clone hardware ruins the experience. Is it annoying sometimes? Absolutely. But I don't think that it ruins the experience, especially when it's where you start. It's not where you wind up. I mean, for me, you got to figure I started back in this journey back in 2015 in January. I bought a Retron 5, and it's clearly not where I stayed. You can see all the stuff sitting behind me. Also want to do this real quick too, because this is cool, and I need to shout this out as well. Where'd my remote go? CRT is the most authentic. It's terrible. I don't hate arcade machines. I just hate CRTs. So if you look back there. So I don't know if you can tell what that is or not. Let me see here. Handy dandy camera. Let's zoom in a little bit. So that is something actually from YouTube themselves as being part of the Shorts creator community that they actually sent me. And, you know, for all the grief that many creators, myself included over the years, may give YouTube, I have received tremendous support from them in the last 2 years. And it's really, like, I get to be a part of a community. No, that is not a CRT. No, and I would not play an RF either. Get out! But, you know, to be a part of the YouTube community from a creator standpoint is really, really humbling, especially when, you know, I'm on calls with other creators with YouTube, and they're like, yeah, we just hit 10 million views on this video. I'm like, I've got almost 5 million total on my channel, and I'm thrilled, and I am thrilled. You know, it's just one of those that it's not a flex, Chris. It's a humble brag. There's a difference. RF would have those. I'm not ever getting another CRT. Just accept it. Accept it. I hate CRTs. I don't want them. Although I will say, I love Linda. She is amazing. She is the baby whisperer. We have not seen her in 2.5 years now, I want to say. We miss her. And she is just awesome. Make sure you check her out. She streams almost every Saturday morning. I did not say anything positive about CRTs on Twitter. Never, ever, ever, ever. Although, I gotta think about it too. Make sure if you are following T-Belly as well, I believe, and Linda, correct me if I am wrong on this, I think today is T-Belly's birthday. Let's see. Oh, I've got one. What video are you most proud of? Oh, that is a good one, Chris. I'll give you that one. Okay, you've been thinking on that one. You know what? I will tell you, it's a video I didn't even make. It is in December of 2017. Your friend and mine, Mr. John Riggs, shouted out this channel. And to be in and amongst some absolutely amazing content creators was very humbling to be a part of. So that's one of my most proud videos, I will say. You know, I don't tend to look at that as much because I'm always, you know, once the video is done, I'm on to the next one, you know? And I know, you know, you can definitely relate to that because you've always got to work on the next latest and greatest. I'll tell you that one of the things I'm most proud of as of late is the consecutive days that I've posted content. I mean, we're up to 146 now. Birthday is tomorrow. Oh, congratulations and happy birthday. You didn't die in the last 365 days. Congratulations. Sorry, I'm not very sentimental about birthdays. But yes, everybody, if you have not done so, make sure you check out 8-Bit Glitch. He has got a... Well, he's got a channel, let's just say. No, he's got a great channel. Make sure you check him out. And for better or worse, I've got to say I am proud of the Tommy Tallarico interview. I know Tommy is a controversial figure, but the fact that we carried on a 4-hour conversation that it took me a while to find my footing. I will admit that. And one of those was I was trying to be respectful to the guest, but eventually it was one of those that I did have to really kind of take control of things. The fact that I was able to disagree with him without becoming disagreeable. The fact that I think Matthew and I did one of the most honest and fair interviews. Jay, you know what? I'm going to put you in timeout after that. Matthew and I both went into that at two different mindsets, I think. I was probably more interested initially than he was, but he went ahead and he actually pre-ordered one. Thankfully, he's gotten his money back after everything that went down. For me, that conversation really kind of drove home the fact that, yeah, this isn't for me. And, I know people, it wound up being what it was, and nobody saw that coming. Well, no, that's true. Pat and Ian saw that coming. And I will give them full credit on that. But, nobody expected it, at least initially, to be another Coleco Chameleon, essentially. I'm glad that we were able to go ahead and have that conversation with Tommy. And, in the end, I was able to tell him, no, I'm still probably not going to buy one of these things. But at least we could have the conversation with him to, it felt like he was getting, hey, J5 guy, thank you, puppy. I appreciate that. I think that Tommy had gotten just a lot of unadulterated praise, which, I mean, Tommy has accomplishments in the industry. You can't begrudge him that. But at the same time, what he was selling is not the type of gaming that I was interested in, and even to this point. And the only thing I was really interested in, I told him this at the time, was Earthworm Jim. And, when we talked to him, the pricing, Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong here, wasn't the pricing, was it $279 or $300 or something like that? It had gone up from the original launch price. And I was not a buyer at that point. I know Tommy thought that there was a market for it. I just didn't. And now that they're, even if everything had gone as it were at the existing price and whatnot, I don't think that it would. I think it would be dead on arrival. So let's see. What's my thought about the Wii U eShop closing? I hate it. It's one of the reasons why I am on the physical media bandwagon. I hate the fact that, you have content that you may have purchased that you will lose access to once they shut down. I also look at things, not just from that standpoint, but, on the PlayStation 3, perfect example, that they've had things disappear off of there. I wish I could go through and download the Simpsons arcade game still on the PS3 shop, and you can't. It's just, hey, don't do that. Not nice. It's just not something that you can do anymore. So for me, it's one of those things that I'm bummed out by it, but we knew it was coming. I'm also not one of those where I will tell you to go out and spend money on a dying storefront. You know what, Jay? That is absolutely right. Jay says that Tommy would have made an excellent wrestling promoter. I think that he would have made, oh God, see, I could see him doing ECW. Not when we talked to him, I'm on a monster truck. We talked to him in February of, was it 18 or February of 19? Well, whenever we talked to him, it had already had its first price increase. Because the original launch price, I want to say, was $179. Oh, this dude don't look good. Although he kind of reminds me of the Big Babam in Mario 64. One of the greatest Mario games of all time that Jay over at Square Pegs hates because he hates great games. Let's see. I was looking at the chat, so I don't... Oh, okay, I did beat him. Insert homebrew hacking quote here. Not exactly. I mean, I've installed the homebrew channel on my Wii. I just have. And that was because my oldest daughter, when she was younger, typical kid, did not know how to... see ya, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. Say hey to the family. And congratulations. Everybody give Jay congratulations real quick because he just hit 5K the other day. So, hey, that rhymed, Jay. If you're backing up your own software, your own games, I have no problem with that. It's when people get into, I'm just going to go download a bunch of ISOs or ROMs. I don't care. You can justify it to yourself any way you want. To me, that's theft. It just is. Yeah, and I am not a fan of digital-only downloads. Well, I guess any download would be digital-only, wouldn't it? Take that, and that! It's just a flesh wound. So, and I haven't heard anyone complain about the volume, so everything must be doing well. Hey, Krillin, how's it going? Got him! Yes! Thanks, Batman. I appreciate it. If you really are Batman. Now, if anyone has ever noticed, you've never seen me and Batman in the same place at the same time, and this doesn't count. One of the other ones you asked, Chris, my videos I'm most proud of. Early on, the first year of the history of this channel, I did basically a review of the Switch 6 months later because when I got it, yeah, I recorded an unboxing, but the channel really wasn't doing anything at that point in time. I was non-committal on what I wanted the channel to be, so actually it's a good segue too. To begin with, when I started this channel, I don't know how many of you know the story of how and why. The voice is fine. It's the face that's terrible. So before I had this channel, I actually was the digital media manager for the company I worked for. No, that's not what I want. Okay. How do I smash down? I used to work for a company called Horizon Hobby, and I guess that's what I got to do to get on top of them. And I was doing, tutorials, how-tos, so on and so forth in the world of RC. And there we go. That's what we needed to do. And in January of 2015, basically, I got told that I was being reassigned to different positions within the company because needs had changed, leadership had changed, and they just didn't want me doing content anymore. So this channel was born out of spite. It's one of those things that I wanted to still create content and whatnot, and wanted to do so in a way that would not interfere or be a conflict of interest with my employer because, well, I had bills to pay, still had bills to pay. And I was actually part of a smartphone group called WebOS Roundup because I was a huge fan, and still I'm a huge fan of Palm and the Palm Pre and WebOS. And then HP bought it and did absolutely nothing with Palm. Ran into the ground to the point that LG bought WebOS and is now using it for smart TVs. But I'd seen a video from our good buddy John Riggs, as I was talking about earlier, where where he had talked about how to play import Famicom games, or not how to play, but Famicom import games that you could play in the States and not have to worry about knowing any Japanese. And that got me thinking, it's like, hey, I could do stuff like that. So I started looking at, I had bought the Retron 5, and I didn't do a video on that. However, according to Hypercan, they should be sending one here within the next, couple of days. We should have a Retron 5 Hyper Beach edition to test out. But it kind of got me thinking about doing retro video game content. And my goal was like testing the clone consoles, because they were new and hot at the time. Everything to that point had been component video, and the HDMI ones were just starting to come out. So that's kind of how I got into doing this. Orange, Jason, dude, everybody in the chat right now, give a shout out to Jason, aka Orange, in here. He supported me. He supported John Riggs. He supports tons of people in the community. One of the coolest dudes out there. Jason, thank you for all the support you have been to this channel since almost day one. You are amazing. And yes, I still have my HP touchpad. I wanted the touchpad Go, but I couldn't get, was it Phil Mickinson that was with HP and Palm? I couldn't get him to give us one for the website. So we were WebOS Roundup. Palm Central, that's who it was, because it was Trio Central before that. Our channel while ago, GCHE Mark II. Thank you so much, Green Devil. I appreciate it. How are you liking the GCHD Mark II? It's one of those that, especially if you want to go to an upscaler, the fact that you can do so without needing the expensive Nintendo component video cables, so awesome. And Jason, dude, you are the best. Seriously, thank you. Now, Chris has been kind of hogging the... and I'm going to turn my camera off for a second because I'm going to wipe my nose with a tissue here. And y'all don't want to be seeing that. But Chris has been kind of hogging the spotlight here with asking questions if anyone else has. Because, again, it's an Ask Me Anything. It's a party. What's everybody drinking tonight, too? And I know it's something, too, that this individual will never see this video, but I also have to give a huge shout-out to Steve the Homer True out of Milwaukee. He is the guy who got me into radio and helped me. And then Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, who literally got me into radio as we were doing Sparky's Final Inspection 2-hour post-race NASCAR show. So that was really, really cool. We're done with one. Going to the next. Again, we are drinking some Sprecher Craft Sparkling Lemonade. So they've got a regular one. They've got the sparkling one. If you are a fan of like Welch's grape juice, like the non-alcoholic wine, it's basically the lemonade version of that, and it's outstanding. Wait, I was going to say, I have to actually fly there. All right, let's go through the tunnel. I don't want to do that. Where do I go? I got to go here, don't I? You are a man-child. I can confirm that. Do I just go... Where do I have to go? I guess we'll return and see what happens. Am I missing something here? What am I doing wrong? Or do you just have to go back here from time to time? I guess you just have to go back here as a hub world from time to time. Okay, I get it. The Waddle Dees are rebuilding their town. Save as many as you can to open up new buildings and helpful resources. It's a movie theater. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to get things started on The Muppet Show tonight. Rizagoon, so with everything you've tested when it comes to controllers, what adapter controllers have surprised you the most or just turned out to be your favorite? Good question. We're going to take a second here because I've got a bunch of controllers over there. I've added controllers on top of the TV now too. With I got some of the shelves that I have for just at the top of monitors and such. You know, the Hyperkin wireless Cadet and Scout controllers are really, really good. And I know a lot of people dog Hyperkin products, but those are really good. You know, for the money, and I've talked about this a lot. No, Chris, I will say, quite honestly, the Brawler 64 didn't surprise me because I had really high expectations going into it. It met my expectations, which not a bad thing. It's just one of those things that my expectations were really high to begin with. I'll show you. I'll show you. Please wait. Operators are standing by. This guy here has probably surprised me more than any controller I've ever used. This is the KMD Pro controller, and they're available for anywhere from $15 to $30 depending on the retailer. And it's designed for the Switch. And for the money, this is like one of my go-to controllers. Like if my Pro controller battery dies, I grab one of these just because I like the ergonomics on it. I like the buttons. I like this to me is a really good controller. And again, it's like $15 to $30 depending on the retailer. It doesn't wake the system from sleep. It doesn't have amiibo support, and the triggers are analog, not digital. But above and beyond that, the battery life is terrific. The sticks are really, really good. It's responsive. The rumble is good. For the money, I say this is probably the best value of any controller I have tested in the last 6.5 years. So, Chris, I wasn't saying that it was a bad controller. The question was, what surprised me the most, or just turned out to be my favorite? And for the money, this surprised me the most and has been my favorite. So, boom. I love the Brawler 64. It is my go-to N64 controller. I'm not saying it's not amazing. I'm answering the question as it was asked. Third. All right, let's go to the world map. Since we're done dealing with Chris. Good day, sir. Still can't believe we finally hit 20,000 subscribers. That's just... No, that's not a solid choice, Chris. That's a rock-solid choice. So, through the tunnel. I don't want to go through the tunnel. Where do I need to go? Do I need to go back through the tunnel? Do I need to go back through the... here? I feel dumb. And I hate... Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. You'll be back. You can't quit me. So, what am I supposed to do in here? Am I supposed to go in the movie theater? Is that it? You'd be upset with me for what? I can watch all kinds of movies here. Oh, all kinds? They said all kinds. That was the reason you purchased the Hyperkin Cadet. It's a great controller. I'd like to see what Retrobit and words, use them not all at once. I'd like to see what Retrobit and Retro Fighters could do with a wireless NES controller. Word is that we might be getting the jab pad back from Retro Fighters. I'd love to see him take it wireless. I don't care about any of these. Okay, great. Did I pre-order the GameCube? No, I didn't. For me, I don't see the need for it. I play my GameCube from time to time, and I've got like 6 or 7 different GameCube memory cards. Now, I do have the PlayStation one. Excuse me. I'm having a little bit of the burps. I do have the PlayStation one. It works great. I'd imagine the GameCube one is going to work exactly the same. So I've already beaten that. Through the tunnel. Okay, there we go. So, for those of you watching right now, how many of you have this, and how many of you have already beaten it? Because I'm assuming if you have it, you've probably beaten it. I mean, that is one of the things with the Kirby games, is the fact that they're not that difficult. Krillin may get a GCHD Mark II from Castlevania at some point. I don't know. I don't know if Ryan still got them listed on the site. And honestly, it's just one of those that I haven't looked in a while, and I haven't talked to Justin and the GCHG guys for a while. They were fun at the first year I went to the Portland Retrogaming Expo. I actually... Oh, shoot, I guess I needed to light that, didn't I? Oh, well. I actually announced some races in the Mario Kart tournament that they had, and I was using my RC voice. I have a bad issue of starting games and not finishing. Sadly, this is one of those. I did the main game 100%. Didn't go for the post game. It's a whole other game. Boy wants to play this game. Maybe my dog too. You know, these are the first bits that I've been playing it. I'm enjoying it. It's good. I enjoyed the demo too. You know, we're gonna take this guy's ability. We're gonna go back. There we go. Higher. Higher. Let's see. Core Former hasn't played a Kirby game since Superstar. Now, I will say I have played the demo too of... What's the one that just came out last Friday? And I forgot that I actually have it on the Wii, and I'm like, I've got it on the Wii. I've got all that fancy-dancy component video cables. There we go. I knew there was something hidden there. And it's like, I don't need it on the Switch, too. I've already got it. I've already got one. It's very nice. I told them we already got one. They say currently out of stock on Castlevania and GCHE. Okay. Like I say, I haven't looked it up recently. And the one thing I will say is whether you're looking at the Kirby, the GCHD, or the Prism cables, they all use the same basic infrastructure, for lack of a better term. They're all, based on the same... No. Oh, I thought I was going to die there. Same basic firmware and everything, or feature set, however you want to call it. The main thing is the fact that the Retrobit is the one that's the easiest to update. The GCHD is the one that has both the analog and the digital output on it, so you can use it with Wii component video cables, which are a lot cheaper and easier to find. You can get HD Retrovision component video cables for the Wii for like $30. Sergeant Tom, yep, we hit 20,000 subscribers tonight. So we hit it, we lost it, and then we hit it again live on camera. So it was pretty cool to see that happen. Where are my camera controls at? Prism cables turn RT. They do. And the one thing I will say, now I do have the Kirby component cables. And because of the way the insulation is on those and the size of the RCA connectors, the connectors tend to touch when plugged into a RetroTink. So for me at least, the Kirby cables were not as good for me as the Prism cable. Now, out of the box, they're actually designed to use BNC connectors, which is what like a PVM would use. I apologize. My nose is itching like crazy tonight. These things with the flames on their head kind of remind me of Cheep Cheeps. No! You are not going to do that to me, good sir. Actually, a combination of a Cheep Cheep and Cubert. All right, so what do we have in there? We got something in there. We will get up there. There we go. Got it. So Krillin here asks, is the Kirby adapter for the GameCube worth getting? If so, I can afford the price of that. So, nothing against the Kirby. It was the second one really out on the market. The first one that was readily commercially available. There was was it Zelda ZX or DX or something like that was out, where it was one dude making one-offs in his basement. That's what I think Metal Jesus was using when Kelsey tripped and the thing shifted and it shorted out his GameCube. Deej, thank you so much, my friend. Make sure you subscribe to the Demented Bunny DJ Odyssey. But kind of getting back, ooh, that could have been bad. So the Kirby, the GCHD, and the Prism adapters. Same basic thing. Again, it's because they're all using the same essential framework that they're based on. The GCHD has the advantage where you can use it with the the component video cables from the Wii. They'll do digital and analog out at the same time. The Kirby is digital output, cheaper price, but is a bit of a handful to go ahead and update if you ever need to. The Retrobit, and it doesn't, actually, let me rephrase that. The Kirby also includes a remote where the GCHD, you just use an IR remote. The Prism also includes a remote. It is digital only, but it's also easier for you to do any updates to if you need to ever do it. You can do it. I can't remember if it's micro SD card or if it is USB cable. I just don't remember what the update process is like on it. It's just been too long since I've taken that close of a look at it. You're not going to get a whole lot of difference picture-wise between the between any of the three. They're pretty much all the same picture quality-wise. The difference is going to be, does it include a remote? Does it have the analog audio out as well? And then how easy is it to go ahead and do updates with it? Is micro USB? Thanks, Chris. I didn't remember. But like I say, too, the whole framework that's based on is like 10 years old at this point. The updates are pretty much done. So, I mean, the update is nice, but it's not a necessity. Let's see, not sure if you play Super NES ROMs. I do not. Because part of that is, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, I don't do EverDrives or things along those lines. I tend to stick to actual hardware. Identity theft, yes, I agree. And I don't think you were here yet, but a little bit earlier, I put my theory out there that I think that this game is set in some kind of apocalyptic New Donk City from Odyssey. It's super cute. I'm absolutely loving it, and this is exactly what I wanted, was something where, I've got to pay attention to what I'm doing, but at the same time, I can sit and talk with all of you and, basically just have a good time enjoying all of your company and Chris's company too. Yes, Chris, I went there. Suck it. Don't fall. Got him. That's awesome. I also just got something today, too, from a developer in Poland. Single guy reached out to me and asked if he could send me something. And basically what it is an adapter for the Super NES and the Super Famicom that allows you to play PAL games on an NTSC system and NTSC games on a PAL system for the either Super NES or Super Famicom. So really looking forward to testing that out. Krillin only uses flashcard for TurboGrafx 16 because that way he'll be able to get a full collection. I get that, and like I said before, that's how I prefer to do it. You game however you want, as long as you're playing games. That's all that matters to me. That's the important part. Oh, we shall spit that out. It. Drop it. Got him. Bad dog. Bad dog. I know when I got my TurboGrafx 16, my first one at the Mo GameCon Junior in 2019, 2020. Well, it was the only one that they had, the Junior. I know that Mr. Maynard was there, and he's like, "Yeah, I know you don't like EverDrives, but you're gonna want to pick one up for the TurboGrafx 16." And I'm like, "No, I'm okay without it." So we're coming up on about an hour into the stream. I don't think we're going to play any more of the game. Just want to hang out with you all for a few minutes yet. Let's do this, shall we? Because even though I haven't been streaming, I've been working on my streaming setup. Here we go. Wow, am I out of focus? No, not that one. Why didn't someone tell me I wasn't focused? Oh, that's not it. That's it. Too many remotes that look the same. Near. Far. Near. So just hanging out with you guys and gals out there for just a few extra minutes before we call it an evening. See if you had any other questions and whatnot. Sleep is calling me. Awesome to see you get to 20K so far. Well earned, well deserved. Congratulations. Thanks. Keep it going. Thank you, Identity Theft. I appreciate that a whole lot. Yeah, it's kind of humbling. Not going to joke about that. So to hit 20,000 subscribers, beautiful. I don't have any mugs back there. Got a light. I've got the light. Let's see. Mr. and I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I play actual hardware and emulators EverDrive on my DS Lite. I love the fact that it says D'Souza Lite. That makes me chuckle. I just like to play games, but I use games I own or own in the past. Completely understand that. And like I say, this is the way I want to do it, and you play the way that you want to. Oh, Martin, I didn't see you pop in. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's see, because he wasn't paying attention, he was watching the game. What did I miss? What did I miss, Deej? I missed something, didn't I? Oh. I've got I've got a face for radio. What can I say? So, but yeah, it's been autocorrect. Oh, yeah. Let me guess, you're a fan of Dinesh D'Souza. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not judging. I think he's an interesting dude. He has some interesting points. Some I agree with, some I don't. Also, another thing to not joke about is identity. Yes, that is correct. Do not joke about identity theft. Identity theft is not a joke. So the problem with this camera that I'm using is it does have autofocus, but when I've got the TV behind me, it focuses on that, especially if there's a game going. Can't wait for MGC. That makes one of us. Hey, kid. It'll be a good time. It'll be the first time in a while that Ginger and the baby have been to a convention with me. Playing analog consoles. I want, and if anyone has heard anymore, I want to get my hands on one of the analog TurboGrafx 16 clones, just for the CD side of it. And my response to your out of focus was paying attention to the game. Okay, if you say so. Oh, and now, Deej is a Cubs fan, so he doesn't know professional sports. But anyone out there who has watched any of the baseball games in spring training thus far, this pitch clock is stupid. I'm just throwing that out there. It's almost as dumb as the universal DH rule. I appreciate that. Martin says you create great content. Well, I create content, and a great amount of it. I don't know if I create great content. And your contribution to the retro gaming community is important. The fact you don't get into drama is appreciated. I try to stay out of drama. You know, it's one of those things. And so I've always been honest with everybody watching. So the DK Oldies video that I did with their, the owner smashing the IQSP blew up. Absolutely blew up. Kind of a drama video, wasn't meant to be. And that's why I didn't really want to do it to begin with. But it was one of those that I think it was important to kind of point out that, like, I'm not out anything from DK Oldies. I never bought anything from them, so I don't know that they're, people you throw around the scam word and everything. Let's fire up a little bit of music here. Throughout the scam thing and everything. I know that there are things that I've seen that raise an eyebrow, but I just know CRT hype. I just don't like the fact that they've got really bad information out there, and they're putting themselves out as experts, and it really brings it into question. I will say their marketing is freaking on point, and I tip my cap to them because they have got the social media thing down pat. They do a terrific job. Let's see, Mr. A. I'm just going to call you Mr. A. I hope that works. I hope the analog TG16 plays other CD systems too. I don't know. For something like that, you might want to look at the Polymega. That might be more kind of up your alley for what you're looking for. Yeah, I don't have that, man. Let's see. Krillin says, you do make good content. I do enjoy it. I see you put new videos up, but you hate when I do premieres, which I know. And, I don't get to live stream as much as probably a lot of people would like. I would like to live stream more, but there's only so many hours in the day. And quite honestly, we've never been a live stream channel. Live stream has gone ahead and accentuated our existing content, but we've been a produced content channel. So, yeah, I don't have any of my super chats at the ready. That's the one thing I haven't gotten set up on here, Deej. Because I've got Quark, and I've got Earthworm Jim, and I've got other ones. And I try to throw them in now, but without testing it ahead of time. I don't want to blow up people's eardrums, especially if they are listening with it. But it is 10 o'clock Central Time here. We're going to wrap it down here, or wind it down here 5 more minutes or so. See if anyone has any other questions and such. And again, seriously, so many people that I have to thank here. And, I have a list. Give me a second to pull it up. Where is it here? There we go. And it's funny, so I'm pulling up my reference from my 10,000 subscriber video, which I hit July 29th, 2020. So in 2 3/4 years, we doubled the size of the channel. See if I can... I think I should be able to do this. Give me a second. One moment. Nothing better than doing stuff like this live, am I right? Wow, there's a lot of people here. So, and we're going to go through each and every one of them. So we're going to go through, again, Ryan Schlemmer, John Riggs, Aaron Stepich, a.k.a. Riff over at the Pixel Game Squad, Gabbo the Giver, Adam Steffi over at One Up Card, JLove81, Linda, a.k.a. the Gamer Girl, Gaming Off the Grid, Retrobit, Retro Fighters Live Action Games, Adrian and Kristen Astorina, the one-and-one Zach Maynard, who you never want to give your raffle tickets to because he will walk away when it's being called. The guys over at the Mo GameCon, the Midwest Gaming Classic, RGT85, Sean Long, of course, Voltar, Back in the Day Gamer, Do You Nerd, Telesplash Gaming, Life with Matthew, Yosef Patrick. Dude, Jason, you did not. Dude. Wow. That was undeserved, unexpected, and... Wow, Jason. You didn't need to do that. Really didn't need to do that. You contribute and help out every month, my friend. Wow. Yeah, Vorange, $100 super chat. So, damn, dude. Damn. Well, Jason A.K. Vorange on the list here. Yosef Patrick, also known as Future Man, Bird of Prey 5, DJ Odyssey, Mike Chi over at Retro Tank, the Retrolectors, Chris Mendez from Retrobet. Jason, you suck. Eugene Myers, a.k.a. EC Myers Vids, Megadan29, Hyperkin, Gamers Tech, that's a name we haven't said in a while on here, Mr. Sujano, Chit Chat Gaming, Dan Brosman, Eon Gaming, Brian Hurwitz, Rex the Great, Discart, Nostalgic Numbnuts, those guys need to make more content again, Russ Lyman, Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Let's raid his stream, because I think he's streaming right now, too. I'll pull that link up and drop it in a second. One Up John, Thomas Potts, Trip Bacon, Megan Severson, Matt Keller, Nintendo, Game & Browse, Austin Stark, Justin Caldwell, Matthew Jenkins, Jimmy Graham, Matthew Comer, Jason Lee, One Up John, Corey Wright, Grateful Dead 69, Jorge Lyons, Chris, Jay, the Immortal John Hancock, and of course, Ginger, Cassie, Ellie Joe, man. Yeah, Jason, you suck. Wow. Leave me speechless. So, damn. Oh, and, wow. Jason, you ruined the stream just there. Well, like I say, this is really all of your accomplishment. I'm just the idiot on the boob tube that gets to talk to all of you. So, thank you for an amazing journey thus far. We're not over. The goal is to do at least another 5K this year, and the way the last 6 weeks have been going, knock on wood, I think that 25K is pretty much a done deal. So you are all amazing. I am eternally grateful for your friendship, for your support, for your watching, your liking, your commenting, your sharing. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without each and every one of you. Did that? So, Martin, good point. Yeah. So here's the thing right now is we're right at between like 20,000, 19,999 and so forth. So that's why it is showing 19,900. Let me look at my dashboard here, because we were at 20,000. Chris, if you unsubscribed, you dink, I swear to goodness. Yeah, we're at 19,999 again. We hit it for a while. We were there. I think someone unsubscribed because we're ending the stream. thing, and we are reconnected. Reconnection successful. Did we lose anything? Did you? We were buffering. Hang on. Okay, I think we're back now. So it buffered there for just a moment. Yeah. Well, I think now that we are officially back to 20,000 again, we are going to end the stream. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow. Another YouTube short. I'm going to try during my lunch to get my review. You can see it behind me, the Star Wars 1-Up Arcade. Excuse me, the Star Wars 1-Up Arcade. Got it shot, just got to edit it. I've got some cool stuff from Poland that we just received today. So we'll be doing, that'll be our short tomorrow. And yeah, sincerely from me and my family to you and yours, thank you all again so very, very much for all the love, for all the support. Jason, you suck. Alrighty, y'all. Until next time, we are checked out.